All right, so if you are not here to learn about Christmas lights and how you can grow your company from 0 to $1 million, you're in the wrong class. But if you are here to learn about growing your Christmas light company, I'm excited to have you here, and we will get started. Is the feedback good in the back? Everything good? All right. So first, let's talk about what you won't get out of this presentation. All right, I'm not going to give you the golden ticket. This isn't Willy Wonka's chocolate factory. You're not going to walk away here with every single answer you need to be successful. You're probably not going to hear what you wanted to hear. I'm not going to talk about marketing. I'm not going to talk about numbers, what you should be selling stuff for, because that's stuff we can talk about elsewhere when we talk about a couple other things. And you're definitely not going to hear any good dad jokes, because I got none of those. They're all pretty bad. All right, so what if I could show you the one thing, just the one thing holding you back from achieving your goals? Do you think I could do that right here, right now? Let's find out, all right? All right, so about 4.5 years ago, something very magical happened to me. And it literally changed the whole direction I was going in life, where I was going with my business, personal, professional, and it was really a text message to somebody. And we'll talk about that in a little while, but it's just one thing that I learned that I was just doing everything wrong. I was making a lot of expensive mistakes, and it was costing my team money. It was costing me time. We were not growing at the rate I wanted to, and I was doing everything like most of you here. You know, we were answering the phone, doing the estimates, sending the invoices, on the roof, on the ground, talking to the neighbors. My family sacrificed. I had no time for them. For the previous 3 years to that, I was full-time Navy and part-time washing, getting into the Christmas light season. But so about 3.5 years ago, something magical really happened to me. We'll talk about that here, if this thing wants to go. Nope. There we go. So what if I told you that it's not the economy holding you back from growing your company? It's not the recession. It's not what everybody says on the media. Because while everybody is talking about things that are keeping them from growing, here's our scale of growth just in Christmas lights over the last 7 years. All right? This is when I just started, didn't know anything about Christmas lights. And we'll talk about what happened here to get this going. But year over year over year over year, our company is constantly growing because of the things that we put in place, the people that we hire, and the vision we have for our company and our community. Now, we hear it all the time. It's seasonal business. I can't hire. I can't find good labor. The job market's horrible. Nobody wants to work. Yes, if you're doing things the wrong way. Constantly, year over year over year. This is my first hire, and then went from here to here to here to here to here to here. Constantly. These are all, I say about 60% of my team members on there are seasonal. Fantastic people. They know what they're getting into. They know it's a seasonal business. We explain to them the suck that's going to happen. And for those of you who have been doing the Christmas lights for a while, you understand. You have 3 months, 53 days from October 1st to December 15th to get as much revenue through your door, hanging on those houses, to be successful. Because every single day lost is lost to your goal. If you have one crew, 2 guys, really good rock stars, that's $3,500 a day. If you have a crew with 3 or 4 guys, that's about $5,500 a day of revenue. So every single team member on there added to our revenue, added to our goal, and helped us be successful year over year over year. So I want you to get rid of that belief that the job market's horrible. No, it's the way we're applying ourselves, the way we're selling ourselves to the people that want to work for you. And you got to sit back and think to yourself, would I work for myself? Because 7 years ago, I wouldn't want to work for myself. But today, I built a company culture where people do want to come work for us. Even the UPS people who come through the door say, hey, I'd love to come work here part-time, because they see the fun we're having. Competition, we hear it all the time, right? Everybody's going to these trainings. Everybody's getting trained to be Christmas lights. They're bringing the market down. They're charging $3 a linear foot, $5 a linear foot, $7 a linear foot. That's fine. You're not going to be able to hang Christmas lights on everybody's house in your market. And that's okay. And that's where it's up to you to reach out to your competition, talk to them, network. You never know what opportunities are going to come by speaking to them. I can't tell you how many times I've had to give away work because maybe that customer is calling just is not a good fit for our clients. Maybe they can't afford our $750 minimum or our $2,000 average ticket. But I don't want to just say, hey, no, we're not good for you. I want to hand them off to somebody that I know, trust, and like, so that now they know that not only did they just call Patriot Illumination, but Patriot Illumination just gave them a verified other company locally that they can go and call and don't have to worry about getting somebody like Chuck in the truck go hang their lights. And then if they need help on big projects, they can help you. But while all you guys are talking about your competition and hating on them, we're literally going on vacation with ours. I mean, this is a very, very close competitor to ours. 2 of them right there, just in Florida. And we network. There's jobs that we don't want to do. There's jobs they don't want to do. There's things that they might need. And you might even run out of supplies during the season where, hey, Mike, you got this? Yeah, absolutely. Come by and get that. Well, what if they go out of business? What are they going to do? They're just going to shut their business down and just say, the heck with all my customers? Or, hey, JC, we're going out of business. You want to buy us? I've had that happen 3 times to us so far. So make friends with everybody. All right, we're going to do a quick exercise. So I need everybody to stand up. Everybody's got a cell phone probably, right? So everybody go ahead and take your cell phones out. You ever see those magicians on TV where they like have the deck of cards and you guess a number and they go through this whole evolution and all of a sudden they guess your number? I've done it before. But we're going to do an evolution here. It's going to show you the one thing holding you back. So everybody go ahead, take your phone out, open up your camera and hold it out, face it at me. Everybody hands up. All right, take a picture of me. All right, hold that picture forever. All right, so you got a picture, right? Now go ahead and flip it around. Do selfie mode. Turn it back. Hold your camera up high. Bring it down low, right towards you, and take a picture. Now go ahead and look at that picture, because that's probably what's holding you back from being successful. I want you to look at that picture today, and I want you to look at that picture when you go home Saturday and see if that's a different person from today. Because the things that you're going to learn the next 2 days will hopefully change the person you are today. Because I know 6 years ago, the JC in 2017 is not the same as the JC today. So understand that we all change, we all evolve, and we're all going to be different. Let me do a picture of you guys real quick because y'all looking good. Let's do this. All right, have a seat. But I want you to look at that. Look at that picture and see, am I micromanaging my team? Am I holding myself back from my full potential? Am I the toxic culture in my company that makes people not want to work for me? Do I have a high turnover? Do people just come and go week over week? I mean, I've seen companies that cannot keep good team members on their payroll because of their lack of accountability, their lack of leadership. And you need to sit back and understand that. And you need to be critical of yourself and have people criticize you. True story, 4 weeks ago, my operation manager pulled me aside in the back and he said, JC, this is 4 weeks ago. I want you guys to understand that I am not perfect. I do not do everything right. The things I'm going to teach you today, we have done right and we have done wrong. And sometimes we still even get some things wrong. But he pulled me aside 4 weeks ago and said, JC, nobody wants to work with you right now. I was so focused on so much other things and not even paying attention to what's right in front of me. And had he not told me that, I would have gone down that toxic cycle and just drawn everybody away from wanting to work for me. But because of our open communication in our company, he felt comfortable coming up to me and talking to me. He knew that I wasn't going to yell at him. He knew I wasn't going to fire him. He knew he wasn't going to get reprimanded. And you know what I did? After I cried for a second because I said, you're right, I gave him a hug. He said thank you. We walked away, and things have been 100 times better over the last 4 weeks. So you have to be open to accept that criticism and know when you're wrong and admit it. And I want you to know something. I believe in you. I believe in every one of you. Everybody took time, money, from away from their family, from their work, from their business to be here for the next 2 days. You didn't have to do that, but you did for a reason, because you want to grow. You don't want to be the same person you were yesterday. You're trying to grow your company to the next level. You want to get better at Christmas lights. You want to make 7 figures in Christmas lights. But if you don't implement the things that you're learning here today, then you're just going to be on that stagnant growth year over year and say, why? What am I doing wrong? Is JC lucky? Was JC handed a bunch of money and just had success? I'm in a small market, 350,000 people. So what is it that I'm doing different from you? And I want you to think about that and tell me. Tell me what you can figure out, because everything that you do to improve yourself will help myself improve myself as well too. All right, so who's ready to talk about how to make 7 figures hanging Christmas lights? Yeah, all right. So a little bit about myself. My name is JC Chanowski. I'm a father of 2 amazing daughters, Nixie and Annika. They're just, absolutely incredible. 11 and 13, they love working for the company. They're just, anybody else a girl dad here? Such a great feeling. Such an amazing feeling. Right in the middle, you see Angela. That is my light. If you see me in the last 4 months, I've probably glowed more in the last 4 months than I have in the last 41 years. But she's always with me, my sidekick, and supporting me right there. And then my dad, Brian, right there. Obviously, he's been with me for 42 years because he was there I was born. But he's my sidekick, my partner. When I'm messing things up, he's there for me. So that's my family. That's my circle. That's my family tribe right there. I'm a CLIPA certified trainer. I really, truly love doing what I do. I love getting out there. I love training. I love helping everybody build their Christmas light business. And I have a PhD for those of you that didn't know. It's a public high school diploma, but it is a PhD. And let's just not get in logistics about it, but it counts, all right? And the one thing that I like to feel that really separates our company apart from other companies in the area is that I'm a funpreneur. I like to have fun. There's nothing that I'm going to do if I'm not having fun. Just like if you're on a jet ski. Are you crying when you're on a jet ski? No, you're having fun. So why can't your business be like the jet ski? Let that be the vessel to get you where you're going. Have fun doing things. If you guys are putting up Christmas lights, have fun doing it. If you're not having fun hanging Christmas lights, your customers are going to know. So you need to be excited. And if your team's not excited with you, then it's going to go. You're going to get the callbacks. You're going to get the issues. November 1st to Thanksgiving Day, we're doing about 50, 60 hours a week, 5 to 6 days a week, just grinding, trying to get as much out there as we can. But we're making sure that we're putting up quality, that everybody's getting that Christmas light experience. So what are we doing different? We're doing team breakfast in the morning. I have my kids at the office serving my team, taking orders, so that we're not just handing them a bag at McDonald's saying, here you go, now get on the way and go to your day. We're out there every single day with them, working beside them, whether it's on the phone, text message, in the field with them, in the morning starting with them. But we want to make sure that, hey, we care about you. And especially for the seasonal team, you have them for 90 days usually. 90 days to keep somebody excited, motivated, and hopefully want to come back in January to take down lights with you. And even better, if they come back the following year, because now you already have a trained professional working with you, that's one less person you have to train. So it's super, super important that while you're doing this, have fun. When you walk in my office, it's Christmas. I have a Christmas tree up already. There's Christmas lights on the wall, Grinch stuff everywhere. The staff, they get excited. If we call my office, I'd love to call Liz right now and just put her on the spot. But she's going to be excited when she answers that phone. And you need to have that from the second that phone rings or the second they're responding to an email on the phone. If your team is not excited for what you're about to give or deliver to your clients, and then when you go and deliver a $7,000 estimate, well, the customer's not going to be excited, are they? No. They're going to be like, well, I'm just going to go with Chucky over there. He's going to do it for $500 and hang some Walmart lights for me. That's not what you want. So you got to be excited about what you're doing. I love having fun. That's like truth right there. We have fun at our office all the time. And do team building events. We've done laser tag, barbecues, cookouts. We just recently had our leadership team come to the house and we served them dinner, and then we did a wine and design paint where we had a professional artist thing, Majigger, come in there and do a Christmas tree on the beach. And it cost us like $500, but I tell you what, when they left there, I got a text message from everyone individually said, thank you. We needed that. And that was important to them. So have fun, but be safe doing it too. Don't tell them to be doing no Christmas jigs on the roof. That's not good. I've seen it. All right, so I started Cape Fear Pro Wash 2009 when I got out of the Navy for the first time. I didn't know what I was doing. I still don't know what I'm doing half the time, but I got lucky, I guess. I'm still 14 years, is it 14? Yeah, 14 years the pressure washing. And then started Patriot Illumination in 2016. We're going to make some mistakes along the way, and that's okay. And it's up to you to recognize that and to learn from it. I didn't have it all in 2009, I promise you. I was fresh out of the Navy. I knew everything about nothing. But I decided to start a business right after the recession. Who does that? We did, but here we are still today. So, and that was my dad at our first trade show where, yeah, that was a good show. All right. So this is really important. We got pressure washers here, epoxy, window cleaners, gutter cleaners, a little bit of everything. When we mess up a job pressure washing, hey, JC, your team, they missed some spots on the siding. Can you come back and get it? Yes, Miss Jones, we'll be out there. We'll send a team back out there right away, take care of it. We go back out there, we take care of it. They're happy, we're happy, 5-star review, we're rocking and rolling. You go hang some Christmas lights for somebody, and you don't know what you're doing, or you're trying to take a shortcut, and now the whole Smith family has got the neighborhood. Hey guys, come over. They're on Facebook Live. Oh, we're about to do the big reveal. They got Grandma over there in a wheelchair. Clark's out there. Uncle Eddie's in the camper. And they're all getting excited. And, you know, Mike's out there. He's about to plug the lights in. And he's like, 3, 2, 1. And this is just a big fail. You just ruined their whole Christmas light experience. You can't get that back. There's no, oh, we'll come back tomorrow. We'll take care of that. And let's just do the big reveal the second time. No, you only get one chance. So that's why it's important, so important, that not only do you train your team to do things properly, but you make sure you're delivering that Christmas light experience the entire process. That's with the communication from the start, prior to you getting there, so the customer knows what you're getting. The estimates, you know, clear, defined actions that you're going to be taking, and this is what the customer can expect during the whole process. We get it all the time. Holy cow. You guys communicate a lot, and I like that because I'd rather them know what's going on than them say, oh, we didn't know. Oh, we thought you were doing the whole house, not just the front. Oh, we thought you were doing this. Oh, we thought you were coming next week. But no, it's like, thank you. And then when they get their lights on, it's 5-star reviews all day because they love the Christmas light experience. They're blowing us up on Facebook. We're getting the reviews. They're leaving the yard signs in the yards for extra weeks because they love what they see, and they're bragging about us. So I'm going to take you on my Christmas light journey and how it all started. In 2016, you see right here, nice young strapping lad. I got pinned as a Navy chief. It was one of the highest honors you can get in the Navy, I feel at least. And it was a very incredible day. It was September 16th, 2016. I think it was September 21st, 2016. My father and I went to a trade show, the UAMCC in Charlotte, and that's where we learned about Christmas lights. I had no clue that you could hang Christmas lights for money. I love hanging Christmas lights. I promise you, it's like my favorite thing. I love it. I love doing everything about it. And I'm like, there's no way somebody's gonna pay me to hang Christmas lights. And like, yeah, you can. You can make a lot of money doing it. I'm like, whoa. Well, they do. And for those of you that have been doing it, no, they'll spend a lot of money. And sometimes you shake your head, but they'll still spend it. So I said, all right, let's figure this out. And I don't like to do anything unless I do it right. I'm not just going to go wing it. We don't do painting. We don't do sealing. We don't do staining because I'm not good at it. So I said, let's figure out, Dad, are we good at Christmas lights? I knew I was excited about it. Let's figure out. So here's my first job I did, first customer. This is November 27th. This is my first commercial job. It wasn't this one. It was actually the Ditto sign right there. That was pretty cool. We made the chive. If anybody knows the chive, that was up there. And then, you know, it's another job. We did 4 jobs that year. 4. I was full-time Navy. I was part-time pressure washing, part-time Christmas light installer, and we started late November. But again, I wanted to make sure that we were going to do this right and go all in because that Christmas light experience, we didn't want to half-ass it. We wanted to make sure our customers were excited about it. 2017, got a little bit of training, all right? We did $25,000 this year. Apparently, it was the year of candy canes. Everybody wanted candy cane this year. But we got crazy. It was still my father and I. I was still part-time washing, part-time Christmas lights, full-time Navy. So I was working those 60-hour weeks. I barely saw my wife and kids, but I was out there. I mean, I remember this house right here. That was like the craziest house I ever did with zero experience. But again, we delivered. We made sure that they were happy. We had to go back 3 or 4 times, but we made sure that no matter what, that customer was happy, and we had fun doing it. Is this resonating with anybody's Christmas light journey yet? Just starting out slow, taking baby steps, trying to get everything down. Because again, we're not going to learn it all. For those of you that have gone to training, it's usually a 2-day training. It's enough to get you excited, but not enough to make you dangerous. We can only teach you so much in 2 days. So you can't expect to go these 2-day trainings and come out there absolute rock stars and doing $700,000 a week later. You have to evolve. You have to still keep on training. 2018, I hired my first employee, Alex, right here. First employee, still Tom Cruise, full-time Navy. Hurricane Florence came in September, absolutely devastated us. I mean, wiped out half our community. Still today, there's houses that haven't been rebuilt from this hurricane. And we're like, shoot, well, I'm lucky I got a full-time job in the Navy because nobody's gonna want Christmas lights up. I was wrong. We did $93,000 that year, so $70,000 in growth that year. Started to do some branding because branding is really important. So if you're gonna brand, I highly suggest you do it early. But we did some branding, you can see it down here. Wasn't sure what to do with our name. We were still Cape Fear Pro Wash at that time. Again, was I fully committed to going with lights? I was still part-time washing, part-time lights, full-time Navy. Was it the right move for me? So we went with that, spent the money on the brand, and that triggered customers calling us. You got that nice wrapped vehicle while you're at the house. The neighbor's gonna see it. You're parked at the Chick-fil-A. You leave it at the Lowe's on the weekend. Leading up to Christmas lights, people start calling you. All those things. That is free money right there once you pay for it. That is going to drive leads to your phone. So that's 2018. All right, remember earlier when I told you something magical happened to me? This is January 2019. And anybody know Pat Clark? I text Pat. This is back when, I was like, if I'm going to text Pat, Pat doesn't have time for me. What's he going to say to me? Pat had time for me. Pat's like, you ever heard of Sales Boost, JC? Nope. What's that? Come to Sales Boost. He's like, you ever heard of Conquer, JC? Nope. What's that? Come to Conquer. If it wasn't for that text, which led to a phone call, which led to me going to both of those, Conquer and Sales Boost, this right here would have never happened. Me exiting the Navy full-time would have never happened because it gave me the confidence to take that leap. And I've talked to a lot of business owners out there. They got a full-time job. They're doing things part-time. JC, how do I know when it's time? And there is no real answer for that. That is for you to decide. That is for you to have trust in yourself, have confidence in yourself, and know that when you do it, that's going to be the right time. But I did it, and I went full-time. And I left my wife that year, too, so that really helped. But as you can see, I grew my team. All right, before it was just Brian, Alex, and myself. Now we have, Alex is still working. I don't know where he might be taking the picture. But we grew the team. We grew the company by $127,000. That's just the light side, not including pressure washing. This was us at Sales Boost. That triggered the confidence for me to sell, to build the packages. How many times have you gone to a customer's house and you look at your estimate, you're like, hey, this is $6,000. There's no way I'm going to present this because they're going to say no. Let me just put a 50% off and say $3,000 and pray they do that. Guilty. All the time. That's why I don't do sales anymore, because I am so emotionally attached to that number, because I know I can move those numbers. I have stepped away from sales for that reason. But Sales Boost helped build that confidence to go there and say, that's $6,000, but hey, we can add some more value to that. Maybe we can do another bush. Maybe we can add another wreath and build those tickets and deliver those bundles and get the customer excited. And then Conquer, I mean, God, I can't say enough about Conquer. They're out here. No longer in Conquer, but I swear by it, Conquer. If you haven't thought about doing it or joining any coaching program, I promise you, get rid of that belief that you can't afford it because you can't afford to not do it. It changed everything. Look at that number, $220,000. That's just the light side. I don't know what we did on washing. It was probably like $400,000 that year. But that's a lot of growth because I was able to build a team, trust in myself, put systems in place and processes for us to be successful. 2020. What happened in 2020? COVID. And everybody thought, oh, hey, that's it. We're shut down. We're staying home. We're not doing anything. $350,000 that year. Now, take consideration too, that's with repeat customers, but attrition, but now gaining new customers. So that's not all new revenue right there, but $350,000, that's a lot of growth in a year, especially battling through COVID. We're able to grow the team now. I mean, look at the size of that team. We had 5 last time, and I don't even know. I can't count. That's why I'm bad at math. But the team grew. We added to the fleet. Now we had 2 trailers and a transit van at this point. I spent $4,000 to see my name on a billboard for 8 seconds. Shouldn't tell you right now, don't ever spend any money on a billboard. The only person that called was me when I said, hey guys, I see it. That was it. That was it. I'm not even lying. And we started doing marketing. This is Tommy, local guy to me, started doing marketing videos. Invest in yourself, invest in your team, invest in your marketing. Having a videographer come to our shop, we spent $2,000, turned that video into multiple videos, pictures, shorts, reels, everything. You can do 1 day of content and you can constantly recycle that through the whole year. So I highly suggest getting a college student, somebody that's local, an intern, or hire somebody professional that knows what they're doing. That ROI with the marketing is worth it, and you will get your money back because people want to see what you're doing. They want to know what you're doing. They want to know how you're hanging the lights. They want to know about the process. They think that you're going to be stapling, nailing, gluing everything. But if you show them a video of what you're doing, talk about the points of the value. We're going to give you that free consultation. Tell them all in the video, the free consultation. We're going to hang brand new commercial grade LED lights, custom fit to your house, put it on timer. We're hitting on those pain points, right? Mike doesn't want to go at night and unplug the lights. Mary doesn't want to yell at him in the morning to turn the lights off because he forgot to do overnight. We're going to take care of those lights. If anything goes wrong in 24 to 48 hours, we're coming back and taking care of that issue for you at no additional cost. Obviously, there's a couple caveats to that. But again, we're telling them what we're going to do for them because they don't have to worry about that. When that one bulb went out with our incandescent lights, all the lights went out. When one bulb goes out with our LED lights, only one bulb goes out. And we tell them that. They're like, oh, that's awesome. Because the Christmas party last year, we had no lights because it rained and everything went out. Get them excited about that. Then we're going to come back in January, take all the lights down for you, and we'll store them in our warehouse so you don't have to worry about moving that box 10 times throughout the year. Hit on those 5 points throughout the whole process. The initial calls, your Facebook ads, your emails, your text messages. You're packing in all that value because the companies in your area are not talking about that. You got to be the best. You got to set the example and let them know what they're going to get. Another cool thing that happened to me. Is Rosalind here? Oh. I remember December 2020, I get a phone call from Roz, best Christmas designer rep out there. If anybody likes Christmas lights, Christmas designers. She calls me and she says, hey, JC, how do you want to be the best dad ever? And I said, oh no, dad of the year. I said, Roz, I'm already the dad of the year. She's like, why? What do you got going on? It's like, I got a call from a guy at Mr. Beast. I had no clue who Mr. Beast is. Anybody know who he is? He's kind of famous, I guess. I don't know. She's like, yeah, he wants to go hang lights up on his house, and they need you. I'm like, I don't know what I'm doing. So after like a couple hours of phone calls, it was Monday. I got the job. I had to drive 2.5 hours to go up there, the middle of COVID. This guy is friggin' wild. I mean, to see him like raw, unedited, like he's really introverted, like just wants to stay away from everybody, but he's so smart, so brilliant, and they had a goal to put 1 million lights up in houses. So we got all these lights over here. I mean, just lights. Now, these are all like Amazon twinkly fairy lights, like cheap stuff, and that's a bunch of pallets under there to make it look tall. But it was cool. Like, I spent 3 days up there. Half the staff got COVID. Some up there running. I'm up and down these roofs. I almost fell off twice because it was 7 p.m. to 7 a.m. was the video shoot. Just the whole time. Don't stop. Hang lights on 3 houses. Do everything you can. Now, I'm thinking professional Christmas light consultant. I'm going to come up there and show you how we're going to cut the lights and we're going to put them over here and then we're going to wrap some bushes over. No! They're throwing lights up on there. I'm like, what do you want me to do? I can't do anything. So they just get on the roof and put lights up there. Do this, do this. So much fun. Best part about the story, December 24th, I'm in Best Buy with my kids walking around. All of a sudden I hear my daughter, Dad, you're on YouTube. And it was the day they released it. Was Christmas Eve. So that was a pretty cool opportunity. Never thought that was happening, but you can see me in the video. It's kind of cool. 2021. Let's look at that number real quick. $618,000. I forgot to tell you guys one thing. So this is one thing that helped us change. Everything used to be November. Let's get lights up in November. Let's put lights up in November. We're going to get lights up in November. Why are we missing out on an opportunity to do October? The more lights you can get hung in October, the easier November is going to be to pack in, because everybody wants their lights hung before Thanksgiving, right? So they're going to call you in November regardless. But if you can get your customers excited now and say, hey, let's install your lights. We'll get everything up there. We'll test it for you. We'll plug the timer in. We'll make sure the timer works. And then we're going to unplug the lights from the timer. And all you have to do on Thanksgiving Day, Mike, is just go plug those lights in the timer. It's all you have to do. Okay, yeah, that's fine. I don't mind that. Now, some customers might say, well, what about the wreath and the greenery? That's fine. We'll come in October. We'll put all the lights up there, and we'll come in November, and we'll just do a garland and greenery day. And we'll just go up, hang up greenery and garland for customers. And we did 90% of the legwork already, and now we're just doing a hook, a couple zip ties, but we packed in October. So we got $23,000 in October, $350 2020, $217,000 in October now, because we were able to sell to our customers why they need their lights hung in October. Stress that urgency. We tell our customers we are 90% booked for our schedule this season. It's one crew out of 5, but they don't need to know that. Stress the urgency, because what's going to happen? They're going to call you the week Thanksgiving. Hey, JC, we want our lights hung. Sure. Did you want them December 15th or 16th? No, we wanted them this week before Thanksgiving. You mean 2024, right? So if you tell your customers why they need to get estimates from you right now, why they need to schedule in October, they're going to listen to you. You are the expert. They're not going to see the lights on their house. They will, but it's not that bad during the daytime. They'll get past it. October's over, and they're like, well, you know what? It's November 1st. Let's go turn our lights on now. I've had so many customers post-COVID or during COVID. I mean, October 1st, we're hanging lights. Put them on right now. I don't even care. I want them on for the rest of the season. Some people get that excited. 2021, again, we were growing. We knew we had to add another team to get this growth. $217,000 in October. Again, just lights, not washing. Michael Grigory next door, he was my coach in Conquer. And we're sitting on phone calls one-on-one day. And he's like, hey, JC, you realize your company just hit $1 million. And it was the craziest experience ever, because most people are so dialed in the numbers. I'm really not. And it was just a random conversation. He's like, you just hit $1 million in both your companies that year. So that was pretty cool. 2021 to say we hit 7 figures in both Cape Fear and Patriot Elimination. Talked about growth earlier, right? Mental growth, professional, personal. I joined Conquer, went to Sales Boost. 2021, I don't know if anybody heard Jonathan talking about BBB or AMP. I made it to my first meeting down there with my tribe right there. Definitely a huge contribution. Again, I'm investing in myself, investing in my team for that growth. Was there an expense involved? Absolutely, 100%. Was it as expensive as that ROI and that growth right there? Not even close. Not even close. Get yourself in the right room with the right people and watch what happens. Now, look at that $618,000. Look at the size of that team right there. Look at the size of the team right there at $350,000. What do you think happened? The team only grew a little bit, but we got smarter. We got more efficient. We did more training. I'm constantly going to trade shows. I'm constantly out there getting training. I'm constantly out there talking to my tribe, asking how we can do things better. Because once I can get my team more efficient, my capacity per day increases. And I'll show you in a second why it's so important for your capacity. But if you're not investing in yourself and saying, I can't afford it right now, or I'll do it next year, well, you're missing out on opportunities. I promise you that small expense, that investment in yourself and your team is going to pay dividends and get you to that growth you want. So don't have a 2026 vision. Have a vision this year. Get out there. It's still not too late. 2022. So again, $950,000, $312,000. The team did not grow again. We did not have more team members out there installing lights last year than we did prior, but we got more efficient. We split up our crews. We realized where our strengths are, where our weaknesses were. Our average ticket increased. It's so important that you have a high average ticket. You're not out there to do 1,000 houses for $500, all right? I want to do 500 houses for $2,000. So remember that. Pack that value into the customer. Give them the packages. Give them the bundles, and they will pick a higher package than just what they asked for. Last year I was here, had a vision, 2-year vision to be on stage, 2-year goal to be on stage here at the Huge. And here I am today. And that's not because of what I've done. It's because of what my team's done, what my team's allowed me to do, to get out there, to teach, to talk to people, to network. And I joined Apex. That was another really big thing. Again, people say it's expensive, it's an expense, I can't afford it. That was $60,000 to join Apex last year. I spent $25,000 roughly on Conquer, whatever it was for AMP, just last year. So almost $100,000 I invested in myself. But look at the numbers. That doesn't happen because I figured it out on my own. It's because I'm in the right room with the right people showing me the things to do. They're giving me the answers. They're giving me the shortcuts to be successful. If I hadn't joined Conquer years ago, I wouldn't be here right now. I'd probably still be doing full-time Navy and part-time everything else. And then last year, another really cool thing we did, highly suggest you do as you're growing your Christmas light company, network it out there. We're able to do a Christmas light experience where we partner up with a local venue. And we went partners on that. I provided all the lights, and we had this amazing Christmas light experience for the community. Didn't know how well that was going to go. Ended up being a huge success. So much fun that we're coming back and doing this year. We have a 3-year plan for that, but it was just another opportunity, another avenue for us to bring in revenue. And I'll have all these lights up in October, and we're projected to do, I think, almost $500,000 combined split between that project with the staff and the team on there. And they're handling all the staff, all the labor out there. All we're responsible for is putting up the lights and making sure everything works every single night. So, and then this year, 2023, we're projected to do $1.2 million. We have the highest rated Christmas light installation company in the area. They talked about reviews. They talked about Nice Job. If you're not getting reviews, you need to. It is so important. You can even ask your customers now from last year for reviews. They will give you a review if you gave them that Christmas light experience they deserve. But if you're not asking for it, they're not going to give it to you. So give them access to it. We have postcards that have QR codes on there. So when our technicians are done hanging the lights, they leave the postcard. On that postcard, it says you can get a $50 referral fee for a gift card to a steakhouse on one side, and the other side talks about them leaving a review because our teams get a bonus for every review they get. So if your team knows that, and I think it's like $50 for every 5, so $10 a review they get excited. They want to go ask the customers, get the reviews, because I promise you, if we only had 18 reviews, they'd be going to the other company, not be calling us. But we have 180. I think the next one has like 130 or something like that. But those reviews matter. I don't know who that Judy was or whoever it was, but she got me. All right. So that was my growth success. Again, it did have an investment, a financial investment, a time investment. There was a lot of times that I was away from my family, a lot of times that my kids did not like me, and I hated myself for that. And it was up to me to figure out how to work smarter, how to work more efficiently, how to build a team to do the things for me that I couldn't do. There are so many things that I'm horrible at when it comes to running a business, and I understood that. And I was the only thing holding my company back from being successful. So I hired the right people, I trained them, I empowered them to do the things that they need to do today. I'm not home often, I'm really not. And my team is out there every single day doing what they need to do, understanding our vision, understanding our growth, understanding what they need to do for us to be successful. We already have $320,000 on the books right now for the season. I did not make one phone call. I did not send out one text message. I did not send out one email. That was my team knowing what they need to do day in and day out because I empowered them. And they're out there coming back with me with results to any problems that we're having and solutions. Solutions to any problems we're having, giving us results. So I'm going to show you the path to $1 million. Who here is just hanging lights for the first time this year? All right, hands down. Who's hung lights for 2 years, 5 years, 6 years? So we got a little bit of everything here. That's awesome. Good on you guys. Again, constantly growing, constantly learning, constantly improving yourself. If there's one thing you can walk away from here, that's great. Take that back and use it. Implement it. Share with your team because we got all this stuff right now. I'm just one part of it. You have all these other speakers here today, and we're going to have all these notes on this paper. But what are you going to do to implement those things? Where do you start? That's something you should figure out today, like the one thing you want to go home and focus on right away. All right, so scan that real quick. It'll send you a link. You're going to get the capacity calculator. This is for you to go home with, and then you can start playing around this capacity calculator. I'll show you how it works, and you'll be able to see what your capacity is for your team to help you determine your revenue, your goal for the season, and what you need to do to move that needle. If you had a goal of $150,000 this season, well, it's going to show you what you need to do as far as manpower, crews, to move that goal to get that point. Or if you wanted to go $300,000, the steps you need to take to be successful to do that. All right, so first slide, no training, 1 crew, 2 guys. All right, I got right here, there's 53 days from October 1st to December 15th. That's 53 days, Monday through Friday, not including Thanksgiving. So workable days through the season. Just so you guys understand, girls, what you have for the season. 53 days. If you get anything in September, it's a bonus. Love it. Get it. All right. Very little training. Excited to hang some lights. Maybe saw some videos on YouTube. Talk to a friend. Talk to a neighbor. Their capacity per day with 1 2-man crew is $2,500. All right. It's very important to understand your capacity because it's going to help schedule your team and for your office staff to know, like, are they booked today or are they not booked today? So this is a perfect season. I worked 53 days at $2,500, no issues, $132,000 for 1 truck, 2-man crew. Very little experience. We all know that's not likely. We're not going to get busy every single day starting out. Rain, issues, getting people excited, having a high average ticket. Now over here in this column real quick, this is 61 days if you add Saturdays. Most of us aren't doing Saturdays in October. Most of us will do Saturdays in September, or November, excuse me. All right. First year, no training versus training with crews working a realistic schedule, not the full 53 days. So crew A, 2,500, very minimal training. They knocked it down to 8 days in October, 16 in November, 5 in December. So we went from 53 days to 29 days at $2,500, $72,000. That's a lot of money for your first year. I talked to some of y'all that your goal is like $20,000. That's barely even showing up. So I'm showing you the math, the path. Just to do $72,000, you only need to work 29 days at $2,500. That's not a lot. That is very, very manageable for people to do. But now we got a little bit more efficient. Maybe we did go to a training. Maybe we had somebody come out to your shop and train you. Maybe you went someplace else. Maybe you did a lot more networking and you joined a group. And that crew went from $2,500 a day to $3,000 a day. They worked the same amount of days. Now they're at $87,000. So we did a $14,500 jump just because we increased our capacity, all right, our capacity to $3,000. So you got 2-man crew. Let's talk about the 3, 4-man crew. I love the 3-man crews or female crews, however you guys want to do it. I love 3. I feel it's the most efficient. You have somebody greet the customer, make sure everything's there. You got somebody on the roof. You got somebody starting the power, and the first guy gets back out there and does some garland, greenery, wreaths, whatever it is, and you're rocking and rolling. So 3 to 4-man teams are great. Most of you have pickup trucks. You can fit 3 to 4 in there. You don't have to worry about getting another trailer. It's easy. Again, hardly any training. $4,000 a day you're going to be doing with a 3 to 4-man crew. Now our numbers jumped to $116,000 with 1 crew. 3 to 4-man, not a lot of training. Now we got some training though. Again, we jumped to just $500 a day. $500, that's 1 wreath. A couple extra minis we added to that ticket per day. $130,000 your first year, very little training, working 29 days. That's really good numbers. Again, it's so important to focus on your capacity. If you don't know your numbers, you're just going to have that, I don't know, let's do $400,000 this year. I have no clue how we're going to do it. This is going to show you how to do it. What do we got here? All right, so now we jumped it up to a lot of training, 2-3 years in the season. They've been to the 2-day training. They've done the research. They've done the networking. And we went from 3,000 to 3,500 and 4,000, 45 to 5,500. These are the numbers that my crews are doing right now. My staff knows that if we're booking Jingle Bells, the 2-man crew, they're doing $3,500 a day. So she knows that $3,200 to $3,700 is a book day for them. Anything over that, it might be running late over time. And same thing for our 4-man crews, 3 or 4-man crews, at $5,500. So that's important as you're doing that schedule to help understand your capacity, so you know, is October booked? Is November booked? Can we add more? What can we do just to bring some jobs up this week? Because it's, let's say, October 20th, and we only have 4 jobs scheduled. Well, shoot. Maybe we can call a November customer. We know we can add another $10,000. Let's give them a 5% discount just to move them up a week. But if you didn't know this, you're just going to go through the week and get to Friday, we got nothing scheduled today. Why not? So it's important to understand your capacity. Again, 29 days, 1 2-man crew, $101,000 at $3,500 capacity. And then you got your 3 or 4, $160,000. Who's got a goal of $160,000 or more this year? It's a good amount of hands right there. I like that. So understanding your capacity is important. I think that's what we just did, right? Yep. What did we change here? Okay, yeah, that's what we changed. So now we had the 29 days, couldn't sell a lot of jobs. Maybe we didn't get started till late in season, but we added those days. We were able to pack in 10 more days in October, 6 more days in November, and 4 more days in November, brought us to 49. Again, still below the 53 Monday through Friday, but we added them in. We got the customers excited. We let them know why it's important to get their lights hung now. Same crews doing $3,500 a day, but now they're $171,000 for that one crew. Just one. I can't read that one. What does it say? $270,000 for the other crew. That's a total of $441,000 for 2 crews. 1 2-man and 1 3 or 4-man crew right there. Some really good numbers. Again, that's not going to happen without training. That's not going to happen when you just go in and say, we can do it. Let's go to Lowe's and buy some lights today, boys. We got it. No, invest in your team. Invest in the training. Give them the confidence to get out there and do the things you need them to do. Then we had the path to $1 million in 3 months. So we have 54 days we worked. We had 1 crew, 1 2-man crew, $189,000. 3 3 or 4-man crews, $891,000. What is that? $1,080,000. So it's possible with just 4 crews to get where you need to be in just 54 days. But if you're not having a high average ticket, if you're not getting the referrals, if you're not having the repeat customers come back, if you're not doing the things you need to be doing, you're not going to get to these numbers. So it's important that you're investing. And one thing I didn't talk about, my throat is killing me today, is don't shortchange your team when it comes to training. We get so busy. We're like, I'm not going to take away 4 days out of my revenue just to do some training, because that's going to affect your capacity. That's going to affect your callbacks. That's going to affect the efficiency. So if you spend that extra day, get repetitious. Train them. Train them about the minis. Train them about the roof line. Teach them safely. But while you're training them not only to install the lights, but to take the lights down. Because the last thing you want is old Ricky Bobby trying to take a shortcut, putting those lights up, doing something you didn't teach them, and all of a sudden you come back in January. In January, we all know it's about efficiency. Get in and get it out. We got no money coming in January, right? We get them up there, and all of a sudden Ricky Bobby's like, I need to get the ladder out, boss. I'm like, why? Well, I zip tied it over there. I wrapped it around the gutter line up there. So if you don't train to the future, train to the takedown, they're going to take things in their hand while they're doing the installs, and it's going to make life harder for you then. So when you're thinking about doing your training this year, if you're going to do 2 days of training, do 3. Find a customer that lets you put lights up in September for 50% off. You're still making a little bit of money, but now you have your team out there hanging lights. Get your grandma's lights up. Put it on Facebook. Do a free giveaway. We're doing a breast cancer awareness for the month of October. We're giving away free pink and white lights for the whole month of October. Guess when we're installing them? September, the end of September. So not only are we training our crews, we're doing something we're passionate about, which is giving back to our community, and we're training our teams while we're out there. Think outside the box. All right, so let's talk about some key factors that we went over to be successful. You need to empower your team. You can't do it all. I promise you. You're not going to be on the roof answering the phone, hanging lights, returning phone calls, sending estimates while you're driving home, burning yourself out at 80, 90 hours a week. Been there. Who else has been there? Trying to do it all themselves, right? I'm the only person that can do it. Only I can get this right. Wrong. It won't be perfect. It may not be exactly the way you want it done, but they're going to get it done for you as long as they believe in your vision. Company culture. You're going to have culture no matter what. It's up to you to make sure your company culture is positive. There's nobody wants to work for a toxic company. So do the things today to set yourself up for positive company culture as you grow your team. If it's just you, I don't care. Put a plaque up that says Employee of the Year with your picture on there. All right? Have fun, but start it. Don't wait. It's so hard to get company culture going in the up when you're already down. So if you see that you have a high turnover, you see people don't want to work for you, you see that they're not happy to be there, do a survey. Send out a survey. Ask your team. Let them tell you, like, hey, this sucks. Cool. What can we do better? We spend $400 every single month on snacks for our team. This way, if they come into work, especially in the Christmas light season, tired because they just did 12 hours the day before, they forgot to eat, they have snacks on the shelves. They have coffee. They have water ready for the go. So that's one less thing they have to worry about. When they come to the office, they smell bacon, they smell eggs, they grab some snacks, and they're out the door, and they're ready to go hang lights for Mary. Never stop training. Talked about. Super important. Dominate your market with your brand. If you're just growing your company, think about your brand now. Think about your name. Don't pigeonhole yourself to like one specific market. We're Patriot Illumination because we're the experts in lighting. We're not the experts in Christmas lighting. We're the experts in lighting. We are Christmas light experts, but our clients know they can call us for event lighting, landscape lighting, Christmas lighting, any type of lighting. So think about that as you grow your company. Build your tribe. I've got family all over here. I've got Angela here, Matt there, Brett, Ryan, Beyond the Bulbs team here. I got my tribe, Michael next door. Build your tribe. They're going to help you grow. They're going to be there for you for the days where you're like, I'm ready to quit. Because I was there 2 weeks ago. I didn't want to be here. I didn't want to do anything. But I have a tribe to count on. I have a tribe to support me when I'm down. Invest in personal and professional development. Join a local chamber. Join a coaching group. Get out there. Spend the money. You will get the investment back on that. But if you sit here and say, I don't need it, that's just the Kool-Aid gang, well, you're wrong. I promise you're wrong. Tommy Mello has coach. His coach has a coach. My coach's coaches have coaches. It's for a reason. So remember this, success doesn't happen overnight. Nobody's going to go home tonight and make $1 million tomorrow. But if you take the steps we talked about today, that path is along your way. All right, you can't do it alone. Build your team. Trust in the team. They may not get it right every single time, but that's up to you to train and invest that time into them. And you're going to fail. I failed as a father. I failed as a husband. I failed as a business owner. You name it. I failed. But I'm still here standing in front of you guys telling you that's going to be okay. And when you do fail, fail forward and recognize it. Train to it. Don't just keep it to yourself. Train to it. Train to your tribe. Train to your team. It's okay. You're going to be okay. All right, so I've got a 2-day workshop at my place, September 14th, 15th. It's $2,000. I'm opening up the doors. We only have 20 people there. If you want to go, we're opening up the door to everything. You're going to have access to admin, to sales, to operations. Every single system that we have and that we have built to be successful, I will give you that opportunity to take that home with you. So if you want that, I can throw it up later. But it's a 2-day course, September 14th and 15th. So my question for you is, what's really holding you back from achieving your goals? Because 4 years ago, it was myself. And I learned that real quick. And it was a hard, expensive mistake and a painful one. So as you leave here, I want you to think about that. What could I be doing better? Who could I be hiring tomorrow? What job ad am I going to put online tonight to get that success coming tomorrow? Because if you don't have job ads up right now, you're trying to hire for Christmas lights, and you're waiting until October, you're already late. Get those job ads up now. Get them excited. These people know they're going to be laid off in the fall. They're seasonal jobs. They need work. They need to come work for you. But if you're not out there advertising, they're not going to know. And one of my favorite sayings is, be the light. So go out there, motivate somebody, inspire somebody, bring joy to somebody, give somebody the passion that you have in this industry to do the things that you're going to do. That's all I have. Can we do one thing real quick? My hero is next door, Michael. So on the count of 3, I want to say Merry Christmas, Michael, and I hope they hear us. So we'll do 1, 2, 3, and everybody's gonna say Merry Christmas, Michael. You think we can do it? Are we gonna be loud? We gotta be loud though. We gotta be excited. All right, ready? 1, 2, 3. Merry Christmas, Michael! You guys rock. Thank you. Anybody have any questions? You can come up. We got about 20 minutes if you want to come up here.
When did you decide to rebrand to Patriots?
It was 2000, what'd I say, 18 was the move.